Hi, I'm Sharon Luska from My Crafty Greetings. I just wanted to come on and say hi and say thank you so much for supporting me and subscribing. I'm creeping up on that 500 subscriber mark, and for me, where I have a limited ability to be able to commit to building my channel, I do it because I love it and I love to share, and on my good days where I can do something to be able to, you know, share my passion of creating and crafting and card making with all of you and show you all the different and neat techniques, things that maybe don't have to be budget busters, but something that will let you use the supplies that you already have and find new and creative ways to enjoy them. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you, and this week is Team Tiny's Coffee Hop, and of course there's my husband's phone, which rings all the time in this house. But Team Tiny's Coffee Hop, and I rummaged through my stamps and I really couldn't find anything that was coffee related except for this stamp. One little teeny tiny stamp, and it's not even coffee, it has marshmallows. So I'll see what I can do. Hopefully I come up with something that's interesting and fun for everyone. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting me and joining me for all these wonderful videos. And I wanted to say thank you too to my fellow crafters and my fellow video makers. You guys have been fantastic too, and if it wasn't for you all, there's some rough patches that I wouldn't have made it through. And certainly everybody at Therapy has seen all your videos and all your creativity multiple times. I try not and let them watch me. Of course I don't want to watch myself, but I just wanted to say hi and thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Now don't forget, this is a Team Tiny event, so you're going to click on the hashtag that says Team Tiny Tea Time, and that's going to take you to a list of all my fellow Team Tiny members, my friends who are awesome creators. Show them some love, subscribe, and let them know that you've been there. Okay, so I'm prepping this so that I can put it through my scan and cut, and I've already scanned this sheet through once, and when it spits it back out, I've added some tape over top of these images because I wanted them to be shiny. Now I've set this all up so that it can cut, and then I'm going after that one single image that's all by itself. I've deleted the rest because they're already cut, but what I'm doing with this one is adding a big margin around it, and you'll see why shortly why I'm doing this. And there it was before, there it is after with the cutout around it. Now I have no clue how to make my machine cut out the holes in the handles of things, so I'm just gonna hand bomb this. And you can see here, what I wanted was the actual leftover bit, the piece of paper, so that I could make a mat to go around this. Now with the tape on it, I had the brilliant idea that maybe I could use some Copic to color it in. That was wrong. That was not gonna happen. But luckily, I have in my stash some cheap old Bic markers, so I'm just gonna dab this off, and just like it'll work on staining kids' clothing, it also works great on sticking to tape. So I'm just gonna color this in so that I have a nice red heart on the front. And I'm also going to take a brown Bic marker, or sorry, it's not even Bic, it's a Sharpie, a brown Sharpie marker, and just color in the cocoa that's on the top here, and I'm trying hard to avoid the marshmallows. I don't know if it makes me a cut rate stamper or just not very dedicated to things containing caffeine, but I don't even have a tea stamp, if you can believe it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I've already used my Stampin' Buddy and prepped a piece of vellum, and I'm just stamping the top. What is that? Steam curls? I was going to call it fumes, but I guess it's not fumes from cocoa. Well, unless you like cocoa fumes. And I'm just going to heat set that. Now I did it twice because I wasn't entirely convinced that I did a good job the first time, and there's the first one. Yeah, I pushed it a little hard, a little heavy-handed. So I'm just going to do this kind of wiggly cut because I'm thinking steam shouldn't be a solid poof outline. I'm thinking it should have a little bit of a kind of edge to it. I don't know. I'm pretending I'm steam and thinking how I'd be, and I just double checked it to make sure that when I glue it behind my teacup there, which you can see is nice and shiny compared to the rest of my stuff, and I was hoping it would mimic mimic porcelain pretty good. So I'm grabbing a bit of my packing foam here, and I put a bunch of glue runner on the back of a stacking piece, layering piece, and then I put down some Tombow Mono multi glue, and I'm going to pop up this little cutout piece that I put through the scan and cut, and then die cut with a square die, and I've got that in place here that I'm gonna stick down. And the last thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of shimmer to my steam, because I think it makes it look prettier. And I'm gonna bend my cup so that it has a little bit of a curve also, so it's a little bit more convincing as a cup of cocoa on the front of my card. And I'm only gonna put a piece of foam tape, well, I'm gonna put 2 pieces of foam tape directly down the middle so that the edges stay curved down closer to the paper. And I'm just gonna situate that right there in the middle of that cutout image. Now you can see what I was aiming at. And I'm taking my dollar store brushes from here in Canada. Of course, they're $4 here in Canada, and I think that if you guys could ever get them in the States, they would be so cheap it'd be ridiculous. I'm adding a Miss-U that I stole out of a set. I'll try and put it up there. And I had already run a cord around an extra piece of that brown paper, and if you could see on the brown paper, there's a few little circles. I took a teacup from the kitchen. Oh my gosh, if my husband knows that I've been doing stuff like this with our utensils and dishes. I inked up the bottom of it and I stamped all over the piece of paper so that it would look like it had a bunch of rings. I guess not coffee rings, they'd be sticky cocoa rings, but these ones fortunately are not going to be sticky. Now I'm going around the page to see where I should put this last little rhinestone here, and I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, you're supporting small channels on this hop, and there's no commercials. Thank you very, very much for all your support to myself and our little group. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I sure would love it if you would. Thanks. Bye.